All right, today we're gonna be doing a VOD review of the 10K Duo Cup that me and Scope played in literally 3-4 hours ago. We're doing this in the Thesis Discord. We just hit 1,000 members, which is nuts, like absolutely insane. I am so excited to get into this, so I don't want to waste more time. Let's get into it. I'll let the homies in here that are a part of this live say what's good. I'm gonna unmute and then they're gonna go crazy. But yo, we're recording. Let's go. If you guys want to say what's good, now's your chance. You know what I'm saying? All 90 of you guys are homies. So, yo, popping. Ceice Thesis Discord popping. That's crazy. 1,042 people is nuts. All right. So look, here's the breakdown for those that are just joining the call and obviously on the recording. We've got a screen share going on here, but we've got 5 games to watch over from the Dig Cup. It was a 10K prizing tournament. It was played like literally 3 hours ago. Basically, the first tournament of the new year was now. So we've got 5 games. We didn't make money because it was only like top 10 money. It's a small cup, but it's more about the practice. It's all pros playing in these, and so yeah, I know to give you guys like a breakdown of the games. I think we had 3 really good end games, and we died off spawn 1 game because we just got cleaned up, which is unfortunate. And then we keyed the last game because it does not really matter. We're just playing for practice, and the last games are always kind of dead. So this is game 1, and I'm gonna go into it. And I made mistakes. Me and Scope made mistakes. So I'll start by saying that we made mistakes. So you guys are gonna learn. I'm also gonna open up a notepad here, which I will share with you guys who are in the Discord live. I'll share with you guys these notes at the end. And obviously I'll like, you'll hear me take the notes, but yeah, man, we're going to take some notes. This is just how I would do a VOD review by myself, but I'm doing it under a recording. So this is all the same things, but here we go. All right. Game 1. We also, in my opinion, as a first tournament, we did a lot of things right. So I'm happy about it. Okay, you should go courts. I got this. I can't really tag this guy either. All right, let's go. Let me do this. Okay. DreamHack Atlanta Redemption Arc. Yeah. No shocks.
Shots up northeast.
Okay, so dropping it off spawn, right? We'll go over this just slightly. This is the most basic thing, but I'm going to cover as much as I can to make sure that everyone understands why we're doing what we're doing. So we're landing classy courts. This is my spot. But we're split, like we're dropping to be contested because it's a tournament. It's like it opens, it's a finals lobby, but it's like, you know, in any type of game, you don't know if you're going to be contested. You could be conned by 2 teams. You could be surprise conned, doesn't matter. So you practice, you land first game, you land every game really, just in case you're going to be contested, right? So I tell Scope to come to main building. We're landing together. We see we're on con because we don't see visual gliders or any of that. So he swerves and we split loot. And now our priority, you hear me say, all right, let's go. Now we're shifted straight into we're on con. Let's go. Yep. DreamHack Atlanta Redemption Arc. You know the vibes. Because we got surprise con at DreamHack Atlanta, and not the first time that's happened, but
yeah, that's
you know, learn from it.
Up there.
But yeah, now it's all about being optimal, and I can sit here and break down what makes my route optimal, but to be honest with you, it's not entirely optimal. I'm sure you're going to see things that maybe I do differently that you don't. But I guess one of the things would be that I'm breaking a speed barrel, and you'll see here I'm going to go farm mats while I have max sprint. So like taking advantage of the small things, you know, nothing crazy. But also another thing that I'm looking at right now is I don't believe the screen share. You guys can't see my cursor, which we might change in the future. If you guys prefer seeing a cursor or seeing whatever. Anyways, we'll figure that out. But I'm looking over here towards the west. I'll use directions. I'm looking to see if I can tag this guy. Because right now, in this tournament, snipers are banned. So it's all AR tags, and we all know how hard that is. So I'm confident that I can live Surge easily, which I don't think we had a Surge problem the entire tournament. But you got to look for every opportunity. It's even more important. Like back last chapter, it was important to tag as much as you could.
See if I can see the team row is.
You know? But now it's like especially there. That 30 damage is huge. Like so huge. So yeah, I'm taking advantage of the sprint that I have, right? I'm farming up, getting as many mats as I can. Right now, I'm using my sprint to go back to the POI, and I've got good mats. So I don't have to worry about farming up these mats for a minute now. Now I can just focus on looting. And I'm still saving that barrel there too, right? Just in case we want to use it going out, right? It's right here next to my face cam. Just in case we want to use it to head to zone, we can.
I'm just curious.
But I'm saving it.
Guys, we're not gonna push, but
Or maybe I do use it here
I
actually.
just want to know how Blake's doing.
yeah, no.
Ah, never mind. I do use it, but still, I saved it to come back to it and
If he's 1 HP, let us know though.
use it to loot. Right? It's intentional. Nothing's like
William dodges.
nothing I do is really an accident.
No. Keep us updated.
Now our speed looting, right? This is what this is a term you'll probably hear me say a lot. I'm sure you guys have this in your vocabulary, but speed looting, or like I definitely have words that I say when I'm meaning something, right? Like speed looting to me is like no farming. You're just getting it. You're in and out. Like you're not even hitting the furniture. I know just there I did, but like that's what it means to me.
I left east
So,
towards you.
Get this ammo box. Check for floor spawns.
Still
Boom, boom,
looting
boom. Like you just hear me say it. I'm speed looting.
Maxwood.
Yep. I'm not even. I'm in and out. Like
Maybe Blake died.
really, really quick.
I'm gonna carry.
Because you kind of have to make up for that time, right? That's why I'm saying that. Because
Should I carry,
I just spent a minute or so farming wood,
the
which is
flowberry
important.
thing?
Yeah,
But-
definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's our mobility right there.
Alright.
Also, something that I'm noticing, I don't really want to give like crazy. I'm not going to give you crazy tips on Classy. I've said this before, but Classy is my spot, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, yo, where I'm looting this building like this and this and this. I really don't want any of you guys to come and test Classy. It's not that good. It's just being straight up. But I will mention that this is like a lot of spots on the map, so this is why I'm mentioning this. But like I am opting to farm my wood early, right? There's a reason, because in this POI, and I'll pull up Loot Lake here. Okay. Yeah, if you want audio, I can switch to it, but I'm gonna do that for now. But anyways, what I wanted to show you was, right, Loot Lake. Now you guys can see this instead of just one screen. But like there's a lot of POIs across the entire map that like this would be a good example. Like Hazy Hillside is minimal mats. Like it's buildings, but you know there's like tree here. Like there's a couple trees. But if you're landing here, like I would probably recommend that you land, and I don't know exactly the direction, but you know maybe you land and go out and get some wood first. Like if you know Classy is the example here, like there's good mats, but it's kind of open, right? Like if you get caught out between the court or you know in this open parking lot or whatever, like there's not like, it's different than landing like lavish layer where you have buildings and like you know walls to break, and so it's like that, right? Or like you know here you have buildings you can rat in. Even here, right? You don't need to go farm max wood out here and then come back in. Like you've got mats in the POI, pretty solid mats, and buildings to kind of rat in. I think the biggest thing is buildings. So even here is a good example of like you're chilling, right? You can turtle in the POI, but so I think Classy, I think Hazy are a good example of like you have some buildings, right? Because it's a POI, but you don't have like a lot of ratting space. Like these are only so long, you know? It's only a couple blocks long. Okay, cool. I will switch back to the audio for now, since that's what some of you guys requested. But we can always, switch it.
Yeah, it's a flowberries.
That's another benefit of being in here live, because you guys, the recording can't see my drawing, but you guys can.
There's
So
no tree out. I shouldn't carry flowberries on it.
I need to find there's another app I can do for drawing.
If you have the
but,
fizz. If you have 6 flowberries, that's still good.
yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, this.
So here, okay, we're talking about loot. What do you have scoped? What do I have? Like the new jars in the game for mobility.
carry them. I can drop. I have minis and bigs right now. We don't need a double heal.
And then you're hearing me talk about, you know, I've got minis and bigs. We don't need to double heal here. If you guys don't know this, you don't need 12 minis on a duo. Like that's not needed at all. So, yeah, that's why I'm talking about that. I'm saying, okay, Scoped, I got 6 minis. What do you have? He's, you know, let's say he has 3. Okay, Scoped, you now know you can drop those 3 minis for extra med kits, extra big pots, shield fish, a jar, like the berries, whatever.
Alright, I have
Anything,
2
sniper.
flowberries, 1 big, and the flowberry fizz right now.
You just don't need to carry that many minis.
There's a infantry AR in the.
So yeah, all it is right now, I'm gonna skip through this because this is just like us looting, right? We're just talking about what do we have, and I know that I've had some questions on like how to have loot routes or how to be efficient off spawn. Like, I'll tell you now that like it just takes time. Like, it takes time to master a loot route. It takes time to to nail down an off spawn. I think that the biggest thing with off spawn is just have some type of loot route drawn up, have an idea, you know, like if you're landing at the far north part of the map, you don't want to start your loot route at the south of the POI and work your way up, because you're just going to have to go backwards. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy stuff like that you can come up with. But I think important things like are creating a loot route, even if it's wrong technically, and also creating a group spot that's a safe group spot for heals. So like somewhere center that's not in the open for someone else to come by and see that you're throwing 5 big pots and 5 floppers. Like, you know, keep it in a nice spot. But grouping loot is important. Minis, bigs, all that stuff can be thrown. So take advantage of it.
Like in my side of main.
Because I can carry over things that scoped, you know, that can't be thrown like a gun. I can bring him a shotgun that's over here. He doesn't have to waste his time coming all the way over.
AK here.
Speaking of wasting time too, I know this is not our first time playing here. Of course, we played a lot of tournaments at Classy, but I'm noticing now that metal for me is a bit harder to acquire because it's not my route. So I'll have scoped farm metal, which you'll see like this game.
Flow berries here. Can you?
You'll see later on as we go through these VODs.
There's 6 over here. There's 2 here and then 2 in the building. And then
yeah,
2
learning
in the
stuff like
corner.
that is super simple, right? Just like whose loot route is
Pop those, you can just bounce over.
more efficient or deficient. So there, I'm throwing the big pot. Here we're just talking about what we have. Like that's simple, right? Just talking about that.
Yeah.
Access.
Here is a guy that comes in the bush, and I'm kind of just tapping away, being safe. Like, not gonna sit there in full spray, but I don't want to get sniped just in case he has a sniper.
Shieldfish. I'm getting in this bush, bro. Like,
These guys are probably gonna lurk on us. He got like 50 damage on me.
But also, yeah, you're hearing me say, I'm getting in this bush. Like, I'm taking advantage of this. And so that's exactly what I do. Yeah, that's exactly what I do because this guy is going to run away. Like, I know he's going to be, if I shoot the bush and he doesn't react, he's not in it, you know? And then again, I'm going to take those extra steps and I'm going to shoot this bush from here. Never, ever, ever, never run into a bush you haven't shot. Never. I don't care if you shot it with an AR from 30 meters away. When you're 5 meters away, you're pumping that bush every time.
225.
You'll see. I just pumped it twice, and like he's clearly not there. But never. And even still, I built because I saw the walls. Like I'm gonna be super safe here.
just pumping the bush.
You see how careful I am? Just that cannot happen. Like that, he's not gonna be in this bush. He's not gonna kill me. Like it cannot happen here. So now I'm scouting around, and then boom, I see him.
North. I need metal.
Right?
Can you farm me metal?
And then boom, I'm assigning scoped what I need him to do. So he's farming metal for me.
Yeah, how much you need?
400. Just give me something. I'm gonna try to
Right.
get tags in this kid.
Because tags are super important. You need anything you can get. 30, 60.
Sitting down there. I don't know what the fuck he's like. You know.
So we'll skip here. He's just gonna. I don't think I get
crazy.
any tags off that guy, but something, right? The opportunity was there. Now I'm just farming mats.
It's been rolling.
29. Hit him 40. We gotta count search.
Yeah, I wanted to play this part because I knew I said this, but we got you guys have to make it a standard to count your surge. Part of me feels like that's like the basics of Fortnite is like, oh, of course I would build, you know, of course I would count my surge, of course I would like edit and shoot somebody and full box somebody, like, but I do want to mention that just in case that you aren't counting your surge, like especially in a meta like this where it is harder to come by, it's even easier to count in that sense, you know, like back 3 months ago with the old system of shooting, you could hit a guy for 90 and then hit another guy for 90 within like 5 minutes, you'd have like 500 damage, right? And that's like can be a lot to count, but now it's like I think even counting the number is like the exact number of damage is important. Like there I hit like 19 or whatever. So like counting is important. That's number 1.
Yeah.
Really well. We hold the fuck of this guy. They're both down there, I think.
And then yeah, of course, I'm just taking advantage of the zone, right? I think that's what a lot of you guys would do. Like this is just super simple. Scope storming mats for me. He already gave me the metal. As you can see, I'm already capped. And he's doing all the things in the POI. And a lot of times, like this is how it is for scopes. Like scopes in the bush and I'm farming for him. It's like you switch roles here to be most efficient in a duo.
And we're in a fucking
Right, we don't both need to be in this bush and then we both need to go farm. Like just let him do his thing. So now I'm looking to get damage on this guy, but I'm looking to see what he does. If he goes right, left, if he sits in storm, like he's not gonna get out of my sights. If I'm looking straight at this area, he's not gonna escape out of nothing, you know? And so I'll skip ahead here, but we see him go, right? Now we're tracking him down.
Yeah, they're out of there.
I have 120 yard. I have a shitty ass Iron Warrior Enforcer AR, dude.
All right, I'll skip ahead here because this is just us rotating, and there's really nothing that
keep pulling these kids. Just edge in, keep try to.
is major here. I will say, and I'll move the screen share so I can do this example for you guys in the Discord. That like I'm learning the map just like you guys are. Like I don't know the world's best way to rotate. Yeah, Epic Pin could be a way for me to do it. I'll do this though for now. This is fine. Like I wouldn't look at this spot. Like let's just Hazy as an example and be like, I know exactly where you need to go. Like that's just not possible. None of us should know that. Like that is just even my own spot, I don't know, like, this is the best hill to play for Surge, and this is the best, like, I'm learning as we go, and that's how it works, right? That's Fortnite. So, I'll point out this example here of what we did from our POI, and I'm learning this might be incorrect, but the core thought, and what you might hear me mention in a second here, is like staying away from triangles of death. And I've mentioned that a couple times, maybe even privately to some of you guys in here, but triangles of death are super easy to create. It just takes a second to think about it, right? That's all it is. And once you create it, I promise you, if you guys all use the term, the triangle of death, that has stuck with me since my coach a year and a half ago told me about it. Like that is forever going to be in my brain. And so as we learn this map together, right, we can go and create triangles of death, and I will create one for you all right now. And I don't care if you land lavish or classy or this POI or wherever, right? And I want to create this for you guys and show you that this is how it is. This is as easy as it gets, right? So if you're familiar with what this is, it's quite literally a train track that's in the open, right? It's a bridge, a big train track bridge. We're seeing it in this clip right here, right?
Get and hold them.
And you'll hear me talk about it. But this train track is a triangle of death.
Gonna be. But I honestly, I don't want to. My fear right now is the railway to our left. Like, that's all open, right? So if we show ourselves, I'm gonna go to this bush, see if I can see him. Like, I don't like going straight south right now. Like, I want to just kind of, right? And I'm just simply talking off my brain. Like, this isn't something I pre-planned. I'm just, it's a rule that I have to avoid a triangle of death. And I still right now, I view this as a triangle of death. It might not be, but I'm going to draw it. So I have it in my own notes. Okay. This is when I said that I'm doing this for me and Scopes. Actually, yeah, no, I can add a channel for this VOD review, so you guys can genuinely see, because this is what I want to do. I want you guys to see what it's like for a pro to VOD review. Like, that is the whole point of this. You're getting an exact, like, what I'm doing for Scopes. He's not in the call right now. He hasn't texted back still, but if he was here, this is how we're going to learn. So I'm going to go in my Discord. You guys can't see it right now. And we're going to call a channel. We're going to do Dig Cup VR. Boom. Very simple, nice and easy. And we're going to come in here, and I'm going to show you guys the Discord. Essentially, there's nothing. I don't need to hide the channel names, but I'm not going to show you guys the channels, right? That's the disadvantage that I get. But I will. This is a public VOD review, so it's obviously fine that I do this. I'm going to go back to the screen. Okay, boom. You guys are now in. Oh, boom. You guys are now in me and Scopes Chapter 5 Discord. As you can see, it's literally just me, Scoped, and our coach. So this is where this is how we begin. All right, first things first, right? I've got a bunch of channels in here. I don't care. You guys can look at this and take a picture if you want. It's not that deep. Like, the big thing to know about creating your own Discord is create as you go. Like, you don't need to copy this one for one, because you might not need any of these channels. You might need only one of them. But deaths, we're gonna create this now. I could probably create a category for this as well, but it's fine. But I'm gonna show this, and I always do this just because it's a habit of mine. Make it red. Okay, this sticks out in your brain more. Color red. It's gonna be more clear than a yellow. Okay, this is a permanent triangle of death for me. Me and Scoped, it might not. And again, I'm learning as we go, but it might be like when I do these things. By the way, let me make this adamantly clear that, like, when I do this, it's not like I'm selecting a dot here and just, like, clicking around, right? It's intentional. So when I create this triangle of death, I'm trying my best to create it as well as I can. So I'm gonna create it to this. Like, this is where it would start, right? This is fine. We can all probably agree, like, this is no big deal. You guys can see this, right? Okay, cool. Like, this is fine. I'm gonna remove this. So I try to create this as accurate as I can, so I can plan around this in the future. I also think that, like, it would probably go to like around here, because I think that once you get to this part of the map, you can start to use these ridge lines, right? Like, there's a bit of a hill here. There's a bush here, but still. So I think that's probably a pretty accurate triangle of death. Like, me and Scoped, from forever now, like, we will avoid this spot. And I want you guys to call me out on if I ever rotate in this direction, like in this triangle. So again, you can make this wherever you want on the map. Like, we can look at this right here and be like, boom, triangle of death. Like, and you don't have to make it a triangle. It can be a circle or square. Like, I get that, but triangle of death just sounds cooler. You know what I'm saying? And it's also just sticks out in your brain. I promise you guys, you will use this. Like, I know that what I'm telling you, you're gonna say, yo, that's a triangle of death when you talk about it with your teammate. Like, that's the goal here. I've already introduced a lot of you guys to the term what a snail is, and I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to introduce new terms that I use. So triangle of death, boom. We'll go back to the VOD here. But yeah, you're seeing me avoid that intentionally because
north
yeah, it's
ridge
bad.
line of like kind of from here to
Yeah.
lavish is good.
Yeah.
That's what feels good to me at least.
Boom.
I'm 5-5. They're probably gonna be hard left now. If they've kept going.
So right now,
Yeah, like, I don't even know if we're gonna see him. Oh, that POI is gone now.
I'm still trying to track these guys down, right? If we can see them, let's say we see them right now, the little glimpse of them swimming, or we see them at this building here, we can pinpoint them and get ahead of them and continue to hold them. That's like Fortnite Surge 101, right? Find a player, hold them, get ahead, and then of course you have to worry about who's ahead of you, and then it's that type of challenge. But obviously this is so early on that we can do this, and they ended up getting out of our
They just swim all the way left.
sight, which
just gonna go
is unfortunate.
Hill.
But we're
They're
still
back.
looking for it. In this moment, we're still trying to find him.
I doubt anybody comes in our back. If Blake was rebooted, he's gonna go straight. He's probably gonna go diagonal into railways.
All right, so here you're hearing me talk about if Blake was rebooted, blah 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 blah. The reason why I'm thinking of these things and how I want you guys to treat final lobbies, or even lobbies where, like, let's say you're seeing Peterbot in your game and you know he lands here. Historically, he lands at this spot, right, wherever that is, lavish lair. Let's say, like, you see him kill somebody right off spawn. You know, okay, what's his path gonna be? He's gonna be over there, right? Or let's say it's duos and you see Peterbot got rebooted. Okay, he got rebooted probably at a spot, or let's say you hear it, right? In this scenario, it's Blake we're talking about. We knew he was contested near us, and I can start to draw out in my brain. It's just like how I would treat zero builds, right? You're like, okay, this is the path someone will go, or it's how I'm treating this guy I'm chasing for Surge. It's like, this is where he's like, this is where he could go. This is these are the options he could go: left, right, straight, right? And just having that kind of drawn out in your head, so you can be like, all right, Blake's team. I like to think of it like this. All right, Blake's team got rebooted. Which direction is most likely? And I think I talk about it.
Reckless.
I said, yeah, he's most likely to go to Reckless because he got rebooted. Now I know Zone's kind of moving quickly. Like, it's all things that are processing very quickly, but it's those important things that you can have for the future. Same thing with like skins. Like, I pay very close attention to people's gun wraps and skins. Definitely, I don't know why my brain allows me to remember those things, but like, I could probably remember what skin Blake wore in this tournament just because I know the common skins Blake wears, and that's just because I play with him. I watch him play. I compete against him, right? Same with Scoped. Like, if someone sees me in Scoped in the skin, and we're coming from the north or the top right of the map, right, the Classy Courts area, you could safely assume that it's Ceice and Scoped. You know what I'm saying? It's really not the difficult things to pick up on. Like, you're seeing, I don't know, who's another example of someone wears a skin? There's a lot of examples, but yeah, like, that could help. Even if it's later in the game and you think that, like, he still could be coming from that direction. Even if you guess that, it could still help you out. Even if you're wrong, it could still help you out. So those are very minimal things, but we'll continue here. Again, we're just looking for Surge on this guy. That's our game plan right now. Count your Surge,
Watch
look
out
for
them
Surge.
based up on the lavish building.
While rotating towards zone. Again, shooting bushes, right? We're never going to run into a bush. And even still here, pump it again. Boom. Safety first.
Up there?
No little mistakes are going to catch me off guard. Imagine you're in a game 6 right here. You need one, you need the win to win the whole tournament. You die to somebody in a bush because you're being sloppy or lazy, and it ruins your game.
Do you know what
Ruins your
placement
tournament.
is for this? Is it like
I have no idea. It's probably on the leaderboard. Unite leaderboard. We'll check out this game. It's probably not kill him down.
I think
Let's go.
they might be sitting in that vault.
You think so?
Could be.
Or cash? We could just go cash. Low key.
Yeah, I think
Cash.
it's the play.
Yeah. You have a scope on your gun?
No.
I should have focused more on. At least we know they're there.
Gosh.
That's fine. We just look for caches when we get in. I should have focused more on like calming what guns had scopes near me.
Yeah, you hear me say that. I think that's exactly right. Like, like I said, we're learning as we go. Very early on. Scopes are new to the game. Like, if I find a gun with a certain scope that I know Scoped actually likes, I know there's a lot of scoped words flying around right now, but same thing with him. He finds a scoped gun that I really like, and he knows that Ceice likes, then he'll pick it up
I'm sure I passed
and bring it to me.
gun that had a scope.
And because you need a scope, like, that is like very important. You need to have a scope on your gun, or Surge is infinitely harder. Besides that point, you're hearing me talk about the team hop on our cache, which is unfortunate, but I think we all know how caches work. I don't really want to dive into a deep dive of how exactly the science behind them. But if you get into edge zone here, where my cache is, right? You can see it on the right side of the screen. If you get into the zone here, then you're likely to find someone else's cache on the edge. That's where they are.
Worse.
All right, start looking for caches as we get in. Right? So boom. We're almost in zone here. We're in the zone. Caches are gonna spawn around us.
Hella like,
And there is one that spawns around us. There's one actually right. You can't see it, but
just hella like in this area. So watch out.
it's laggy. There's a cache. This quality is really messed up. I don't know why, but it's down here where my crosshair kind of is. Here, I know I just contradicted myself by not pumping that bush, but there is a reason why I didn't do it. There's a team right next to the cache, and if I can take the risk, the safe risk, which I think is fairly safe because I know the closest team is probably in that cache, right? I can take that safe risk. It's worth it in the long run because I can now catch. Now these guys in the cache don't know I'm here, and they come out. They come out to refarm. Boom, 60 surge. That matters right there. That's a big bonus.
Kind of want to fry them when they come out. I feel like
Wow, it's like I played these
we
games.
have to play Surge like this with
couple hours ago.
snipers.
Yeah,
You have to play like cheeky angles. Careful.
I'm
Don't,
gonna look up here for.
that's fine. That's fine.
I should break them.
Go for it. Go for it.
Behind me.
80. Nice.
Yeah, fried.
40. Yeah, I fucked them up. I did like 150.
That was huge surge for the game. Like that right there.
And the cache team speaking.
Imagine I pumped the bush, right? And those guys are coming behind us. We don't know they're behind us. You know, we didn't know till right now. And now they know someone's in this area.
What do you have for heals?
Mini's big.
Boom. That changes a lot right there. 150 surge changes a lot. So taking that safe risk and of not pumping the bush paid off. But you kind of have to find that, like, is it safe? Is it not safe?
And berries.
Kind of self-judgment there.
We can chill here. Like, here, you need minis?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, here. Use the wood to get to it. Just build.
So I'm just mentioning, scoped. I don't want you to burn metal, right? I'm going to, as an IGL, I try to minimize the possibility of my teammates' errors. And that's probably a fault of mine because I'm like micromanaging him right there. And it's a fault of mine. I'll be honest. It's bad. But this scenario, it's not like it's that bad.
They're bearing, going. 20. Cache team speaking.
I'm popping these.
All right, simple. Just giving comms what I'm seeing. They're rotating. This other team speaking.
Catching
Maybe
in
scope has an angle. Those type of things help, right? I'm trying to get scope to get 30, 60, 90 damage, whatever he can get.
Huh?
I think they're sitting ahead in that bush. The team.
No,
that's
that's
buried.
either. Yeah. I think it's Blake. This is a skin that you fucking would wear.
All right, boom. I think it's Blake. This could literally be not Blake, but right. I'm adding those things together. He was rebooted. He lands near me. He was rebooted near me. Right. I saw the reboot. I think, or I guess I didn't see it, but I know that he's contested near me, so it would make sense he's rebooted near me. He's not going to reboot near Snooty Steps, okay? And he's coming into zone near me, which is on my side of zone, right? Anyone that's near me, like the guys that we fried before that who buried away now, or even the team that's on our cache, they land at the north part of the map. So you could assume, right? If you look at the finals lobby map, I think we have Clicks and Epic Whale landing Lavish. We've got like whoever, right? Well, doesn't matter. Blake landing near us. Like you can look at the map and see. Like the teams that are near us, the cache team literally could be Clicks and Epic Whale. Like the team that just rotated by us could be Clicks and Epic Whale. And those things, those little minor details, right, matter, right? Imagine that team that's popping the berry or is on the cache that's rotating near us, and I hear him with the drum shotty, or I see the medallion, and I'm like, oh, this is clearly Clicks and Epic Whale. This is the team that lands here. So it's these small details,
Hey,
like
cache, you got a cache.
like knowing that this could be Blake, knowing that this could be Blake. And that he's shambles and rebooted means that, boom, I can cross it off my list. I'm not even going to check the cache. And I think I say this, but I'm pre-firing because it obviously happened so soon. But, bro,
Oh wait, there was
like, he was rebooted. I know it's him, but I don't need to check the cache.
I mean, that's fine. We can just get the cache later. Like, they're not going to take... they might, actually, but... That's tough.
And yeah, obviously checking caches is good. Like, it's very helpful to go. I think we do this a lot this tournament. Just... You never know. Find a medal, find a big pot, find a med kit, something.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to come with this wood? There's 50 wood right there.
Here, I'm good. Getting the scopes, right? We're grouping up, getting together.
I think it's really good surge.
And you hear me say, we've got good surge. We're going early next, and that's the plan, right? So now I'm letting scoped get cap mats, get himself ready to go. He's got the jar out.
Here, like just for a second.
We're talking about how we're gonna rotate this. We're mentioning the berry or the jug. and we're getting prepared. We're ready. We're not like doing it after. Like I've mentioned this a lot. It's about going as early as possible or not at all, like later or with the group. I don't know how long it lasts exactly. My experience with it is minimal. I think I just bury
It's the
this.
same as
All right,
the berries.
all right, then, yeah, okay, then let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This is the easiest time to get fried. Oh, in this bush in front of us, I'm gonna jump up and pump it.
18 cracked. On the red
In the
wall.
same box. We should just go. We should just go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Good
Agree?
out.
Agree?
Yeah. Pop it.
Go.
Go ahead. I'm good.
So, I don't know if I need to explain the thought process there, but we buried. We went for a shot. I tried getting a little PC, but you know I'm old as balls, so I didn't get it. And then they boxed up, so I'm not gonna obviously grief myself. And I know there's teams behind me, like Blake, for example. I know in about 5 seconds he could be on my back, and so me and Scoped our chemistry. We're obviously on the same page pretty quickly, and so he knows. All right, let's go. We're gonna bury, right? He knows that like we shouldn't just run for free if we have berries. Spill your back in wood. So we do. Nice, bro. Chilling in front of us, right in front. And it's huge. Like we get that extra 70 damage, and we lose literally nothing. I lost what 100 wood, which I can get right in front of me. So things like that are super helpful, and that's chemistry right there. Right in front of us, behind this rock. I'm gonna fry.
Yeah. Swimming across.
Wait, chill.
Can we
Yeah,
bury?
chill. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. No. Whatever.
You already-
You'll hear me say this, right? Just said no, don't shoot him. I'll break down my thought process here. So I was okay with shooting them because they're in the water. That's a great opportunity to do it, right? I'll do this 100 times over. But as soon as I saw him pull that grappler out, I instantly said no, or I instantly called took my thought off of that. There's one grappler on the hill now. They both have. And now they both get up. So now they have high ground. Now they can. They didn't, but they really could have griefed us. Like I'm going under the bridge here. I don't know what this team was doing. But obviously we're just so focused on them. Yeah, I'm trying to build a bit. There's kids above us, by the way.
How much AR ammo do you have? I have 60.
70. I'll give Worked you a out sec.
Yeah,
Though.
I think we get a crossover southwest.
Yeah, come. Right in front of us as well.
I'll get fried from above.
Okay. Here, AR for you, maybe? Mushrooms there? I'm
I'm
stopping.
shoving this SMG. The AR is awful. I don't have a lot of AR anyways.
Okay. You ready? Yeah, pop it. Pop it.
Ready?
Yeah. Simple stuff, right? We're just using mobility, getting ahead.
455.
And now I'm starting to think of, all right, I'm in zone here. I'm not on the edge. I'm like in a fairly good spot. How can I get a spot for surge? Simple, right? I know that I probably, like, best case scenario, I get super lucky and this hill is uncontested and I go straight to the hill and I have the highest, that's a huge win. But obviously I'm seeing now that I can't. Just get muted. There we go. So
Yeah.
I'm down to stop where we do.
I just tagged me 60.
And we're elevated, right? Notice I don't stop in the low ground there on the brick. I could have done that too, but I wanted to make sure we got up just to get that extra, just in case. You never know if you need 60 surge, 100 surge. You're not gonna be able to get it from low ground. All right, I'm gonna skip ahead here because it's just us sitting in a box. We're just waiting for zone.
I have like 60 damage or so.
All right, we're just talking about how much ammo we have, what's our shield, what's our mats, like the basics. What's on the?
Like I think yeah, and then
No, hold on. No, just this team. Yeah, I know.
these things are going.
Okay. Here, you want to bury? Very.
20 on it.
Right, and these guys go. So nice, ready?
Yeah,
Very.
ready?
Yeah, we go. Also, I will note the small things. Right? It's the subtle details, that you might not notice right now, but notice we're gonna go to zone. Okay, it's not obviously the zone is not straight south like it is, but it's southwest. Right, it's where those guys went. That's where we want to go, and we do go that direction. But notice that I didn't edit out this box. I didn't edit this wall right here, like the low HP one. I didn't edit the wall to the straight west. I didn't edit the wall to the straight south here. I went back one box. So if these guys turn around and look at us, they'd have no idea we left because there's none of these, you know what I'm saying? They can't, unless they can see through walls, which obviously they can't. Here, you want to bury? It's those subtle things. Now they think we're chilling or we're holding or we're, they don't know what we're doing. Right? That type of, those details, I'm not going to let them know. Yeah. I don't know why it's laggy, but there we go. So we go, right? Keep my eye on them.
Top. The kids on top too.
Yeah. I accidentally used brick there, but I switched back to wood. Oh. And I find like a safe spot. Like I'm learning as I go. This is the first time I've ever rotated this like this. A lot of this is going to be first for us. So there's really no, like, it's just natural thoughts for me. Like, that's all it is. I'm not like strategizing beforehand.
Sure.
Now, obviously, I am. Like, I'm learning that this worked, and then I'm gonna put that in my like mental playbook. You know,
Very nice.
like this was a great way to get LOS on both the team on the right and on the big hill.
Getting this brick. Anyone on our back?
Oh, we're good.
Okay, I'm running up. Ready? Sprint. I'm gonna wait for my sprint to charge. Wait.
Yep, and you hear me say there, I'm gonna wait for my sprint to charge. As you can tell on the bottom left, it's not charged up. That's super important in a meta like this where you're having to kind of run a lot. And this was especially a habit that I built when the movement was slower, right? It was even more important. Every time you would rotate, you would need your sprint to be full charged. And so that made me build this habit, which I'm glad that I have it now. So, but make sure your sprint is charged before you like show yourself, before you leave your box. Like down there on that low ground, maybe my sprint was ready to go.
Ready?
What do you want to get? Yeah, I'm just following you.
To the right of this wall here. I think it's someone in this. Oh, that's old. That's old because that's
Forecast tower.
Yeah, I'm gonna run straight towards this build out. This big ass
See us
build
on
right
the
there.
right.
Yeah, might have to stop soon.
I feel like some of you guys might ask why I decided to do exactly what I did. I think I vocalized it a bit there, but my plan was to rotate all the way to the right and kind of go around this hill here. But then I saw a team here, which is what we're seeing on the right side of the screen. And then I knew that I kind of had to cut left, and so I did. And going into the build fight here is not a bad idea. I didn't know there's a pad here, which I guess I'm like kind of spoiling, but there's a pad on this hill we end up using.
Shot my foot, dude. Wow.
But yeah, it works out. Like, I'm glad to be on this hill. This is a good spot. And we see some ammo.
I'm on 136
We need ammo. We've got 100. So.
right now.
With me. Max air ammo. Back in this wall here to see if I can.
Pulls max.
By the way, like, you're probably seeing me smack here, and you may think I'm just simply pickaxing the wall over and over and over. But I am actually ready to reset my cone, or like this scenario, like you're seeing me, like, I'm not just smacking. I'm ready to react. Like, I know this guy's gonna edit on me. I know these guys are trying to make a play.
Okay. I got a wall. Auto shotty? You want it? Purple auto? I'm breaking this cone. Watch out this wall. Watch out this wall. This brick wall.
Yeah, I'm dropping back.
No hits. Okay.
Try not to take damage. You guys are going above us.
Yeah, I need wood, by the way.
Here. I'm dropping all my wood.
I low-key used a lot there, but I have max
I have 400 brick, 500 metal.
400 brick, 500 metal. Okay.
I don't know why it's laggy on the recording here. Whatever.
Alright, let's go. I'm gonna bury it.
There's a pad up here, right?
Oh.
Is it even worth? Might be a little laggy. They probably can't hit us up there.
Is there a pad? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I heard someone pad. I'm going up a little bit.
Okay, I'm with you. Trust in this call.
I have no idea where this is.
Yeah, there's
To the
left. Try to use, what's right here?
Yeah. These guys are trying to jump it up.
All right, so Scope dies here. Spoiler alert. But yeah, like Scope will agree with this, and we talked about this after this game, and maybe even in this recording still. But he should have just followed me, like, and that's not something like, that's not like me being like dummy and be like, you died, like, follow me at next time. Like, he knows that I'm leading most of the time, and he also knows not to break. Like, he knows to just go above. And like I voiced to him after this, what I told him was, like, the way that you play this is you're not poking around, you're not prodding at teams that are still there, you're not trying to fight, you're not trying to figure out how many people are there. You're willing to wait it out and be the last team and tank storm if you have to. Like, this is such a valuable escape. This is such a valuable rotate that you're willing to do. If you have to sit and storm for a med kit, waste a med kit or two, that's okay, because it's not a 5 tick, it's not a 10 tick, it's a 2 tick or a 1 tick right now. Going to be a 2 tick. So Scoped agrees with that. Obviously, he's experienced. He knows like how valuable this is. But I had to explain it to him after, and so yeah, that was my mindset in the moment. But I think this is a fault of mine and a fault of his, of me not like taking the reins, being like, yo, follow me. Or like, yeah, there's a pad here. All right, yo, stay on me. Like, it is a trust thing. I do trust Scope to make the right play or make the right choice. I think it was a little bit of lapse of judgment on Scope's end. Nothing that's like major. It's not like he's the worst player in the world or I'm the worst player in the world for not, like, pulling the reins in either direction. But yeah, Scope dies here.
I'm good. I'm out.
I'm hit the pad. Scope.
He gets caught, but like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing that I can do at this point
wall.
to help him. I would have gone down. I mean, you can see me dive here. If he lived for a little longer, I would have got back to him, like, most definitely, because I know how simple it is to just dive down with the hill. Boom, you're back to him 2 seconds. But he ended up dying. So
Bro, what the fuck?
yeah, obviously I just leave him.
It's unfortunate. That was a good call. He'd be in a really good spot right now. But yeah, like you're hearing me talk about, like it was a good call. Good job scoped. We'd be in a great spot. Like it's kind of like having having that mindset of like, oh, all good. Like using this as practice, because it is practice, right? At the end of the day, there's money on the line, but it's not FNCS. Like I am okay with making a mistake right now because it's not a big deal, right? But if it's an FNCS tournament or FNCS game, a qualifier, whatever, like there is definitely a right to get frustrated there. I think not like to show it in the moment, but you know what I'm saying? Like you can feel frustrated for when a teammate makes a mistake that you've thought was pretty basic, and that was, which I think was a basic mistake, like on both of us. So not a big deal, right? Take it with a grain of salt. Take it as a grain of salt. My quotes need to get a little bit better. I got some bad quotes here. But yeah. Anyways, we're gliding solo. I don't really want to watch the rest of this game, but I'll quickly speed through it. But I'll talk about my decision making while I'm gliding in here, because this is what I would have made with if Scope was with me right behind me. I would have done the same thing, right? So we're 80 above, okay, and we're landing kind of late. Like these guys are here. Like the people are seeing us flying in, right? So especially these guys right here, right below. They're about to spray, right? They're shooting this other team. Thankfully, not me. I'm thinking about how can I protect myself permanently, and how can I protect myself from getting like server focus. I don't want to land where these guys are at the bottom left here. You land there. This team on the hill shoots you. The team below, you know, to the right, bottom right shoots you. That like you're getting pinched, you're dead. So I'm trying to think about a way that I can be super safe, especially as a solo. It's even more important by myself, right? So I picked the spot on the hill here, right at the side, not on top, because if I go on top, then again I'm still server focusable. Right here, I'm just hidden. I'm good by just, you know, I'm seen by a couple teams. Just this team right in front of us, basically. And you'll see me here. I think I should have reacted to do this faster, but I edited my stair towards him. Then I'm not going to let him just see I'm a solo. Because this guy, really, he should have pushed me. Like, I'm a solo. He knows I'm a solo. Or at least for the next 3 seconds, he sees I'm a solo. So that's something that you guys can see and take advantage of it. Like, if you see a solo land like that, and he doesn't edit a stair, and he doesn't protect himself, and he looks like kind of drone, take advantage of it. Go kill him. That's a free refresh. This team should have killed me. So anyways, we're going to skip ahead here. This is literally just me playing solo. There's nothing to learn in here. Like, I'm quite literally just shooting people that I see, like using mobility. Like, this is super simple. Everyone knows how to do this. Yeah. All right, I'm just tarping in. I'm elevating when I get in zone because I need surge, right? That's obvious. I'm 20 above. Like, if you're 20 above and you need surge, you do this exact same thing, right? So,
a lot of kids
skipping. Like, I'm just getting surge. That's all it is. All right, now we're going into half and half. 7 builds. This is expected, right? I'm playing it in all pro lobby. There's 42 players alive. They're all pros. They all are not going to let me shoot them for a second. There's the opportunity window is super low, super small. So now I'm below surge, right? The team ends up needing it. I end up getting a decent trade here. Somehow not getting server focus.
Three builds.
Yeah, 3 builds.
2 builds, seconds.
But now my rotate is just going to be, my game plan is, oh, I have 3 builds. I need to pump somebody on this rotate. And I did make a mistake here, which I'll comment. But again, it's not that big of a deal. I can't get too hard on myself. Even if this was an FNCS tournament, I'm not going to be too hard on myself. At the end of the day, Scoped was the reason we were in this position, right? Like, at the core, right? I know I said that I did make a mistake, and I did. I should have taken the reins over. We talked about that, but yeah, this is not my game to be like, you know, shit, I messed up on it. Anyways, so the mistake that I made here, I'll show you guys. So we're rotating, and I popped my last berry there, which berries don't last for that long. And obviously I'm going, rotating.
2 builds.
I use a couple builds here, but now I wish I had my berry. That's the only thing I would have changed in this slight solo clutch, is just hold your berries for a little longer. Right now I wish I had it right here. Would have been, could have given me the opportunity to pump somebody, you know, who's maybe 1 HP or whatever. But now I'm just kind of ratting, and it's really not much to look at. We'll play it out.
Got kit right there?
Yeah.
Nuts.
Boom.
So many nuts.
I forgot about this actually. Okay, I find a random 600 builds.
Nuts.
Okay. I'm gonna go up here. You know, hear me. Yeah, I'm gonna go up here. I'm trying to go under height.
Yep.
I'm voicing my game plan. This is exactly what I would do. This is just a habit I have. Like, this is what I would do if Sculpt was alive. I'm gonna tell him, yo, all right, max mats, we're going under height. So, yeah, oh, I do that. I go right under height. The reason why I'm going under height is because it's the safest spot for me to rotate as a solo, and it's the one team that can really see me is height. These guys that are boxed up, all these walls, like, not a big deal.
So 55 below, but it should go low.
Boom, like you're seeing how free this is to go right under height. Minus that guy. Yep. Oh, hello. Jeez. But yeah, I will say, I talked about this after the game, but typically when you go under high ground, you expect there to be like 6 or 7 layers below you. But the way this terrain ended up ending, which I think is a little bit on scope to like not like we're inexperienced on the map, so I'm not gonna like sit here and rage at scope that he didn't know this is gonna be, you know, bring me up this hill, right? Not that big of a deal. But I think that, you know, maybe a year from now, I would be a little upset that at myself and scope that we didn't recognize that this could be a hill. Either way, yeah, and typically when you go under height, you're expecting a couple layers to drop off of, and that did not happen. I literally went from height to low ground in like 2 layers because of this hill.
Pulls that way. Back.
Yeah. 80 below. And I die. That's the game. So what we learned there, right? I'm gonna take notes on it because that's what we do here. We're gonna write these things down. What we learned, okay? Major takeaways. Oh, let me screenshot this. Boom. Oh, hello. What the fuck? Boom. Okay. Boom. Post that in my chapter 5 Discord. Scope can see this later because he's not in this call right now. Let's see the positives, right? I would say early game and even I'll say early to mid game was good. Actually, let me do early to mid game was good. Like it was a positive, very, very good. The decision makings that I had, like I think they were up there. Like we set ourselves up for a good end game. We were about to hit that pad and everything was fine up until that point. And then I think another positive would be, I think Surge was a positive. I think that like, I know this is a basic, to me, this feels basic to comment on, but I'll comment on it because I think that showing these type of small things is good for you. So like Surge, even when solo, and then we'll go here and we'll layering up, layering up, tags on hill / low ground team. All right, boom, and stuff like that, right? Those were the positives in my opinion. Negatives, let's see. Scoped, what's the word I want to use? I'm just gonna do scoped pad situation because that's the best way to summarize it. Like I think he knows it. Like it's hard to explain what exactly happened in text, right? And I think another negative might have been not being able to follow the team to the north perfectly, right? Like that would have been huge if we could have followed that team all the way north over here, and even if we had to get in their face, like that's good Surge, right? That's fine. That's a good Deadside positioning. Like it's not like we would follow a team that's like gonna rat us between here and bring us down and around. Like this is a good, this is a win for Surge. This is a win for Deadside positioning. It's a win for even a kill on Deadside. Like it's all good stuff here. Also note that's discovered. Boom, triangle of death discovered. And then let me do this. Game one. Boom. What would be another negative? Let's see. I think the layering situation. Hills / zone. I'll just say hills.
yeah, I think that's it. Like if Scoped called out the hill, that would have been better. I would have actually have lived for a lot longer. If well, I think I would have. You never know. I could have gotten box or whatever. If we follow this team north perfectly, we would have been able to have more surge. And then the path situation, if Scope didn't die there, we would have been in a better, you know, we would have got more or could have got more. And then yeah, the positives. If we didn't have a good early to mid game, like was good for surge, rotates, mat conservation, right? Those are all things that I look for, right? What makes the early game good? It's surge, rotates, and mat conservation. Rotates as in like, I'll change this to positioning, right? Like those are the three things really that make like your early to mid game good. And then yeah, I would say another good thing that if I didn't play a good surge when I was a solo, that I would have definitely have lost earlier. I would have been out of the game earlier. And this is kind of me explaining it. And then Triangle of Death, I think that me discovering this in the moment and my brain kind of just going like finding that and thinking about that in that moment was super helpful. Let's do this. All right, so boom, we wrote our notes. Okay, this is not that deep. You can write super in depth, but boom, we'll just post them in the Discord. That's how you do it. That's it. Game one. Now Scoped has cliff notes on the game. He can hop in the Discord on his phone, whatever. You can even go a little crazy here. Boom, hold it. Now Scoped can literally see game one, and then I'll just do this, and now he knows it's game two, right? And then we can go on and on and on. We can go over all these games. So that's that in a nutshell. That's one game. Let's do game two.
Airways right now, dude.
Good?
Yeah. Get berries and like blue, we can try to fucking jump his ass.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Someone's on the game two. Train. Here we go. We're gonna skip off spawn here. Like we don't need to. We're just talking about
He's by himself up there.
if we can take advantage of certain situations, right? Like this guy. We'll skip. Right? I'm doing the same things I've done, right? I'm farming these barrels. I'm farming certain mats. Like all the things that we learned that last game, we're doing this game. These guys are fucking with us again in this bush.
It's on the bush.
Yeah. No one's behind.
I think it's one.
Yeah. Let's fucking get pressuring.
I got pumped hard.
Oh no. Come here.
See me on north.
Yeah, I see.
I need to make.
All right, I'll talk about it in a second. You're gonna hear me say what I'm just saying, but I want to say it before it happens. That way we can kind of mention it. But if you ever have a situation like this where this guy is clearly split to the north, and this guy is below me, you guys can see my. Okay, cool. Can't hear. Yeah, let me. Boom. Yeah, like definitely take the one. Like have somebody, whether it's me or Scope, doesn't matter, or you or your teammate, like pick one. Yo, you're gonna spray the guy coming from the north. I'm gonna fight the guy on low ground, and you're gonna like kind of spray this guy and then turn around and spray this guy. You're gonna like the guy who's spraying and holding the guy off is gonna be helping you while you're fighting the guy taking the one, and you're gonna take a slow 1v1. And if you don't know what I mean by slow 1v1, I don't know how you don't know what that means exactly, but you're taking it slow. You're not just jumping on his wall and getting in his box. You're gonna take good angles, good peeks, spray from distance. You're gonna be annoying to this solo that's up here while his teammate is direly trying to get to him. Okay. So that's what we try to set up here. I tell Scope to spray while I fight. Let me know if he gets closer. All right, I'm taking it slow. Look how careful I am here. I'm not risking anything here. All right, little edit reset. See if I can see him shoot. Does something. I think he left. This guy left. Yeah, he did.
See me in the bush down north. Yeah. He went on the hill. I see me all the way down here.
All right, boom. Didn't end up working, but it's the technique. It's how we approached it. All right, farming and storm here, doing our thing, right? This is very basic stuff. Until somehow I get knocked. I don't want to. All right, I'll show it. All right, I'll show it. Come on now. Don't call me a drone for this. God. Okay, look, I'm throwing my medkit ahead. Right? I'm trying to save heals so we don't have a lot of heals. Okay. All right, here we are. I'm thinking I can slide down this hill, right? Look, you also right now agree with me. You also think you can slide down this hill. Look, and it's just not. You know, it's just not.
What happened?
Bro, that's not a fucking. So, I die, but it's all good. Scope gets me. All right. Yeah, so.
Come here on me.
All right. So all it says is we're rotating in it. There's nothing really to see here. It's just simple. We're staying Deadside. We're not going straight in, but we're rotating around, right? And now we're hunting caches because we're samples. Rift yet?
There's one.
And I know we're samples, right? So
one, we're hunting extra, that's a rift caches. We're hunting caches, and we're just trying to get as many mats as we can. Obviously, I have 10 bandages in my heal slot. That's not ideal. Are they going? But I did mention here that the island spawns 300 meters from us, which is a manageable distance to get to. And so this is a bailout opportunity for us. This happens a lot in your games where like your shambles and the zones just keeps pulling. It just keeps going. Well, guess what? You have an island that spawns, typically will spawn on the side of zone that you're stuck on, right? Which is here where I'm at. I'm not in a great spot. I'm low loot. I can zip line to the island later in storm. I can use a rift below. I can pad from the island. Like there's a lot of ways that you can skip zone here and like get further ahead later on. So I've got that in the back of my playbook, right? I'm ready to hit that island later.
What?
Yeah, John. My goal was to get right below the island. That's the best thing you can do. Get on the island or get below it and secure it, get some refarm or some spare loot, but it ends up being kind of difficult with this terrain, right? It's a river, it's a bridge, like it's not great to cover.
There's someone running out.
So now we just kind of sit, right? We're just chilling. And then we get fought. So I'm gonna play this from here. I'll go back a bit. This team decides to fight us. I don't know why. This is their choice.
They
fight. And
money.
Make space. Here.
Come back.
Here, I made space.
I got hit 40.
Made space. Hold the wall.
Pop the fish.
Yeah. Alright, there you go in the basics right there. The basics. I built a snail. I'm not telling him, yo, build a snail, Scoped. We have this chemistry built, right? We have this down. We know what we're gonna do. That's a snail right there. For those that just saw it in a real game situation, in a pro lobby, that's what you could. That's what you do. So now we're instantly like we're reset. We're safe. Now we're just playing peace. 30.
41.
Watch out. Right.
I'm in his box. 100. Dead.
Nice.
60 crack. 30 weight.
Drop on your wall. Oh,
Dead.
I ain't gonna lie, Scope kind of carried here. Okay, but he also just ran at the race of the drum. It worked. Pilot, not the greatest. We didn't fight Booga here. We fought Pilot. So all good. Ulti low. I tried to drop on. Yeah, Scope carried the fight here, but the reason why we were even able to get in this position was because we snailed. Right? You saw how busted that is.
It's so laggy.
And I did try to get to Scuffed. It wasn't like it was just the fact that they built those boxes and I didn't, like I'm going up here to catch Scout guard. And then as soon as I'm doing that, like this is Scoped right below me.
30 weight.
Like puts a cone here. Like I would have definitely got a pump off. Maybe even have killed this guy. Drop on your wall. And then like this is not my cone and I come down here and this isn't my wall and then it's just messy. It's a whole, it's also extremely laggy. Yeah, so either way, we'll skip through ahead. We'll skip ahead here. But Scoped carried the fight there, like the actual the kills, but it was all because of the snail, right? It's both teamwork. That's the whole point of a duo. We need.
Might be actually in the middle over here.
So now we're just gonna go back to Deadside because now we know if we kill that team and no one else came to clean us up, that you can assume we're safe back here, right? There's nobody that's gonna come from this side.
You can check real quick.
Yeah.
B5.
So I'm farming up my mats on the island. We're checking extra caches.
Bro.
And we're okay with playing zone because we already have this game. 1, so storm sickness is already going to be a thing for us later in the game. And 2, we have 15 bandages, so it's not like we're losing anything. It's not like we only have 1 med kit and that's it. So I'm okay with this.
Go down. Or I'm gonna cross. Fuck it. Train's coming right into us. Guys on the train. They just hopped off the train. We can fry them in the back.
Not with you.
Ready?
I don't know you on them. Where they at?
Crack. 49.
Another team on the right. Another team on the right. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, this is just us getting some damage in, being kind of annoying, kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm confident that I'm able to like build my way out of a situation, or like it's not like it's fine. I'm confident with the rift from the island. That's my build.
Here, come. You're moving.
Come here.
There's no rifts.
Keep going.
And there was no rifts, so I think we passed the island. I think we slightly missed it, but it's fine. Like we're so close anyways.
Yeah, same.
Definitely a sloppy game from us, but I think this kind of just all goes back to the early fight. Like it was sloppy because we got Surge earlier, which we're happy about. Like it's not a big deal. We're 500 above.
Oh, we're chilling Surge.
Right?
right? We're shambles on heals. This is the way it is going to be. You kind of have to play scrappy in these games, you know?
Metal base maybe.
Chill fishing.
Still finding refarm though, right?
Try as much as you can for refarm.
Edges.
All this wood here if you can.
The good thing is with this movement and the way that the guns are working in the game, like the bullet drop and like you can get fried, but it's a little easier. Like it's a little bit more forgiving to farm a tree in the open because yes, you still can get 3-2-1 or killed by one guy, but if they're at range, like they might not even hit you, you know? And so like that does feel nice in this meta that you can farm trees and you can kind of like get some refarm or be a little bit more unaware. Like before this, you know, if someone had two people had a scope AR, like you're dead. Like you guys all, I'm sure, are familiar with that happening. Like 2 people with red dots from any range would kill you. Like you had no time, no second to breathe or get refarm. Like you're constantly getting peppered. But that's different
Very,
and I like it. It's good.
Come here. Could be really laggy.
Box.
Yeah, I'm in this wood right here. Get this wood. Okay, hug this brick.
E5.
So I'm just telling Scope that I want to rotate. You know, get this wood, kind of hug this brick. Like I'm like micromanaging in the sense I'm leading him. I'm holding his hand through it all. Like, and that's fine. That's my style, and I might not be for you guys. That's what I think is the most efficient way to, like I said earlier, to not have your team, like to not have him make an issue. Like, you know, if you messed up, like that pad game, I messed up. I'll take blame for it because I should have led better. That's how I like to work, you know?
Okay. I'm good mass now. I'm like 350 each. 1 siphon 5.
So we're just rotating it. It's simple, right? Simple.
Looking at left.
Nothing crazy.
They're gonna be white.
For 5.
Holding.
Oh, body block. All the way down.
Here's my next rotate, right?
Ready?
Now we're going.
Yeah.
The reason why I wait and go this late is because I want to make sure that I can hold these guys off behind, right? You're seeing right now that we're shooting these kids right here. In specific, this guy right here, this skin that just edited on me. We're shooting him because if he sees me go super early, he might follow right behind me, and that's just another team behind me, and I don't want that. I'm also kind of assuming that the guys above us on height are gone. I don't know why I assume that. Honestly, it makes sense that they would have the same thought that I have, but
Don't body block.
it did actually end up getting us right here, so it's all good though. This new movement and new mobility and new heals is good.
Here, edit. I'm gonna guzzle. Edit out this wall. That's fine. Going straight down. All in.
And I should have built. There's no like. I don't know why I'm not looking. I don't know why I'm not looking at the team up there. I guess, like I said, I just assumed that they would be gone. I mean, they didn't hit me for that much, but there's no reason. I don't need to look below me. Like, it's not that deep. You know, I don't need to look to my left. It's really more important for me to look at the team that shot me. So that's on me.
But all in.
Okay, fried. I'll 5 minutes. Pause.
Yeah, stopped. Give me minis too.
Yeah, here.
Now here, I know you guys have probably heard me drill it in your brains. Triple edit your cone, triple edit your cone, triple edit your cone. But the servers are really laggy, and I'm trying to just get moving and go. And I also think that in these lobbies, like in a cash up lobby, I think I would have just built more because it's like an opens cash up lobby. I can go get a refresh whenever I want to get a refresh. But in these stacked lobbies, like it's not like I can just go run up on somebody and kill them. Like literally nobody in this lobby can do that. You know what I'm saying? Not even Peterbot or Reet can just run up on somebody and wipe a team in 2 seconds. So there's not like an infinite refreshes. And when you're getting later in the game, it's harder. It's harder to conserve mats. And so I feel like building this extra box or like, you know, tarping the scope right away is just a waste almost. So I'm gonna let him heal, and then he's gonna let me heal.
We need to go left here.
Minutes.
Right? Like I'm not gonna waste building a bunch of stuff here. Scope kind of low-key kind of does, but it's fine.
Go, Scope, can you start rotate real quick? I'm healing. Like, we're gonna go right. Like northwest.
Oh yeah, just get it.
Pop this big real quick.
Yeah. And then yeah, you're seeing me right there, past the leadership role, off the scoped, but I'm not like telling him to here scoped. Figure it out. And sometimes it happens like that, but there's levels to it, right? There's like full control. And that's what I do 90% of the time. And then there's when I'm weak and I can lead him in the direction that I have already envisioned. Like if I knew that going straight is dead, you know, or going like to the right is the better play, and then they're going left, then I'll tell him that. Or if there's sometimes maybe I'm super blind and I'm stuck behind builds and I can't see, then I'll literally tell Scope, whatever you're doing, I'm following you and I'm trusting you. Like I literally say that to him. That way he knows his level of responsibility, right? If I don't pass the role into him at all and he hears me talking, he knows that his level of responsibility is to follow me.
Like here, he knows, all right, my level of responsibility is to go in the direction, but lead the way in the direction that Ceice just told me to go. So I said, we're going right. And if I tell him, yo, Scope, you're leading this all. Like I said, I'll say that to him. You're leading this all. Take full control. I'm following you. Tarp, build in completely. He knows, all right, I'm the leader now. I'm the first person. I'm going to be tarping. I'm going to be building in. It's those things that are super important, right? Passing over that leadership role in this. And then, of course, it goes back without having to say, like, I'm not like, yo, all right, Scope, let me IGL now. Or like, you know, it just goes back once you're done. So I should have just fizzed, but it's fine.
Just gonna run up right.
Yep, ready? All right, so you're hearing him plan out, and that's good. And then now it goes back to me. You know, I'm not letting him go right and then say, yo, you didn't follow me. I went more right. Like he just knows, right? It's just maybe that's chemistry, but I feel like that's a very common thing to just kind of click back onto. Going straight in. 20. I'm also leading him still, right? You're hearing me say the direction I want him to go. Retaking that roll back. We're not in. Chill. Focus in. Nice. Get that if you can. I'm gonna get a Scope gets in here. I don't know how. We probably need to jump this again. But I'm trusting Scoped, right? I can sit back and I can look for him, or I can be the other person in the team and help us get ahead in zone here. Kind of fill my role. 100. So I do. Okay.
Ooh.
But then once I hear him get weak, I look back for him. So, you know, I'm focusing on staying ahead. Scope gets a kill. That's awesome. That's just like what we would do in an end game. If we're tarping straight, he gets a kill. I'm not going to go back and be like, yo, are you good, Scoped? Or do you need help? Like, I'm trusting he's going to be fine. And then if Scope gets damaged like he did here, I'm going to look back and help him. It's those like quick things that, you good? Can save, make or break a game. You know, they can make it
so fucking loud.
Yeah, we're not in here. We're not in here. I'm going to get us in.
I've a good amount of hearts.
And Scope saying that too is extremely helpful, right? Like, he just got a kill. Up until right before he said that, I had no idea if that guy had siphon mats, if that guy has max mats. But him saying that, and then me also voicing that, hey, I need to get us in and we're not in yet. He's letting me know, like, oh, yo, like without saying it, he's saying, yeah, just overbuild, like just get in. It's okay. Use what you want. I just got to refresh for it. It's like, that's him saying that, and I'm understanding that, and so I do. Tarp us in. Watch the floors, and we're good.
Wood 1-3.
I'll just going. Yeah, we're really good on search here.
Look back at you.
And here, I talked to Scuffed about this after the tournament, but of course, since this is so fresh, like, I'm gonna talk about it now. But Scoped and I have not played a lot recently because of the holidays, because of my sickness. Like, I was genuinely out for a week, and I just could not get on the game for more than, like, I don't know, 30 minutes. And so, yeah, this is like one of our first sessions back together. And so there's sloppy things, right? Like, Scoped is like, you can't see right now, but Scoped is peeking out the wall behind me, and I'm peeking out this wall. And you might ask the question, who's right or wrong here? I'll be straight up that it's Scope's fault, that he shouldn't be peeking out of the box that I'm looking out of. And that's just because I'm the one scouting the rotate. I'm going to be ahead. I told him this after. He can go in this box to the right here, where, you know, it says my surge in the map. Like, that area is free. I don't need that box. And he knows that, like, I don't need that box. But he's peeking out of the wall behind me. You know, I'm looking at this team. Right? And then you see it, like, his back's wide open. So imagine snipers in the game. He's dead. That game's over right there. And that's a fault of just me and him haven't played a lot recently. So, like, we're not on the same like wavelength. You know, we're not on the same page. We're not fully, like, back. Which I think that's for me and Scott, I think this will take maybe a day, or maybe this just this tournament, and now we're back. Like, it's the small things that you might mess up on. And that's why it's important. I think you guys would all agree. It's important to have a good teammate that grinds. Like, you don't want to be playing with somebody prep in CS that ggets on 5 minutes before. And that's the last time we talked to them for a week. Like, you want to actually talk with your teammate a lot. You want to be playing with your teammate a lot. All those things are helpful for reasons like this. Okay.
Is he grappling towards us?
And then, of course, right, I turn around, I focus on Scope's perspective, because I want to be that helpful teammate to do a lot. And then the team behind me that I was like, you know, spray Scopes. Yeah. And, I don't know if it hits him or not, but either way, like, the fact that we just lost 6 builds could add up. We need to focus that. Ready? Or now this team, imagine this team main focus is us now, because I think we're drones or whatever, right? It's just like, that could change the game a lot.
On top?
Yeah. And it also kind of, like, low-key changes my rotate. I know I need to drop now because I need to get out of these guys' line of sight.
We're close.
Yeah. Watch this. All right, so now I'm just I'm just getting in the zone here. No big deal, right? We're in. I'm editing here. Right. Minis there. All right, now zone goes back. We get a good zone here. Okay, come here. Come. And then I see a pre-hit opportunity, right? This is basic Fortnite. Everyone knows what. Come. Ready? There's no right or wrong way to do a pre-hit. Like, it's not that deep. It's not too hard. Get in this bush. I'll let it play from here, but we're gonna rotate. Yeah, let's go. Made this bump here. Come left here. Just keep going. Get in this bush.
I'm popping very on this one.
Ready?
We can run into these old builds.
Yeah, let's go.
We got a wall right there.
Yeah, I'm going right. Come down. On me. Yeah. Just keep fucking low here. Come. Right here.
I'm out of wall build. 31 builds on our back.
Yeah, got it.
He's got straight up.
Make space.
I have 8 wood builds.
We're good.
I'm coming there.
I'm gonna get the wall. Got it. Spray.
24.
30 on the green screen.
Gotta reload. Reloading that.
Got it. All this to this point has been pretty solid. I think this guy spraying me back, the aura skin, was super predictable. I was ready for it.
Full towards them.
So it's unfortunate that I was kind of playing that line of like being greedy, getting like, you know, and then that's on me. Like I was just definitely being greedy there. Yeah. And also not prepared to look for zone. Like my role is to be like, yo, zone's popping. We need to go right here. I'm gonna get guzzle. But I did tell this to Scoped after that you're seeing here that the effect of Scoped also being like, we're both in the aggressive mindset, and that's why it's difficult to have 2 fraggers play together or 2 IGLs. You know, one of them's not in the fragging mindset. And so like here, I had the fragger mindset of like, all right, let's spray this team, I'm boxing this team, and I'm not focused on zone. And that's a fault of mine. And I will credit it to not playing the game a lot. Like I said, holidays and sickness got me. But I think this is a super simple mistake that I can't name the last time that I did something like this. And same with Scoped. Like I think this is again a super simple mistake that I can't name the last time that Scoped was overly fraggy, right? I'm putting up air quotations for those in the Discord call that can't see me do this. Like Scoped, I can't remember the last time he was super fraggy and he did something like this. Like he's normally ready to go and ahead of the schedule with me. And so it put us back. Right? I also mess up the guzzle here, but still, right? We're panicking, we're pressured. I didn't get it, right? Like, it's bad. It's bad. We're low mats. You know, we need to kill here, and like, look at our HP. We're not at all ready for what's about to come. Just build for me.
I have no mats. I'm out of mats.
Okay. Here. Make it. Yeah, give me mats. Or I don't even know. I give you
2 builds.
I thought I gave him mats as well, but he ended up picking up mats. Like I went too quick dropping mats.
Drop mats?
So break. And here.
I'm out of mats.
Here. I'm realizing now that from the viewer's perspective. Give me mats. Or also, I did see the mats down there, but I just figured like this. Like yes, this is mats, but like the mats on the right, you guys can't see my cursor. Or wait, can you? No. Like yes, this is mats on the right. Like I get it, but it's probably like 5 builds. Like I know this is, you know, there's a difference between mats and like a group of loot. Or I don't even know. I give you
2 builds. Drop mats.
Break. And I think Scope gets it right there, anyways. Here I'm realizing now from the viewer's perspective that it looks kind of drony, like me running towards this ramp, but this was actually completely planned. Like I see this guy and we need a kill here. This is my opportunity. It's one guy, right? I run towards the box. I know he's gonna insta it, right? Like this guy, the servers are too laggy for him to put a wall, right? Or like also this player behind the stair, like it's something that we all do. I don't even know. Like he thinks he's being stealthy, you know, not building a wall, but like I know he's not. Like I can see the opportunity behind him. There's no wall, right? So if I get this wall off, which is exactly what happens, right? He edits, perfect. What I want, it's exactly what I want. Because if he resets this, it's 1 HP. So he edits it, tries to get a shot off, doesn't work, right? I predict it, and I box him. My cone never places. I don't know how. And then I hold the cone. He ends up getting out. So he's super quick, right? I think this is Okis that ends up killing us here, but. This was the kill, right? We kill Okis here. Like I am one pumpable, but still, like imagine Scope kills Okis, he gets my siphon mats, he gets Okis' siphon mats. Like that's huge. That's a solo clutch coming in from Scoped. Go through. And then I see him come out. I didn't think he would come back for a double peek because that's kind of psycho. Like to be out of your guy, like out of your tarp. He's in the public out there. He's in the open. And he comes back in and pumps us, and then I'm also in the bush. I don't know. It's a lot of combination stuff here. Okis is obviously really good at the game, but I didn't expect them to kind of come back. No, bro, how, bro? And then Scuffed and him kind of just have like a 50-50, and Okis comes out on top. But like we can look at that, and really what set us back was the Fragger mindset by both of us. I was had the Fragger mindset. Scuffed had the mindset, which is what he's supposed to have, and we just weren't on the same page. And like that is literally just chemistry and the lack of playing together. You know, those things don't happen. Like I cannot tell you the last time that's happened, but I'm glad it happened now. The reason, you know, be happy it happened in this tournament, because it's not a major event. So game 2, right? Like I know we didn't go in depth in the entire game, so it's not like we can say that all these small details off spawn were great, but I think game 2, the things that we did great were it showed that we came back from being down. Like we would be a scenario that would be like when we fought off spawn, fought mid game, and still made a successful end game, right? Like that was great. We had troubles off spawn, we played storm, and we came back, and that shows that like we're resilient. We didn't give up. We didn't let something stop us. I don't want to read these notes because I want to like write my own. And what would be another positive? Let's see. I think a positive was like my transferring IGLing like to Scuffed. Let's see, to Scuffed in a time of need was super helpful. Like right when I was super low and I was like, yo, Scuffed. Like I did all that in a really good way. I didn't heal up and say anything and like, oh no, you know, let me take over now. And like it was good. Everything was like very vocal. It was fresh, and I honestly I will credit this to, like, there's a benefit to not playing the game for 15 hours a day and then going in a tournament. Like my brain is fresh. Like it does. Yeah. Yes. I'm having those small little like gaps where, you know, I'm not taking full control like that last game, or the layering. Like, yeah, we're having those little things, or like the double fragger situation. Like there's those little small things, but there's also a fresh mind that's like I'm locked in. Like I was transferring the roles to Scopes. It seemed like Scope was pretty locked in on that. Like we were moving fluently, right? That was a nice thing to feel when we came back. I think the negatives would be, you know, the double fragger / double IGL roll. Especially important to avoid in late game, right? That's like the time when you can either win or you can lose. Like, you know, your game kind of all comes down to that last few minutes. And then like I would say like panicking a bit from disruption. Oh my god, you guys are watching me spell. Disruption of the roll switch, right? Like that right there caused panic. I won't lie. You guys saw me. I messed up the guzzle juice. I messed up rotating into the building. It was sloppy. I messed up dropping mats to Scoped. I maybe even messed up the fight, like holding the cone right away. Like it was a mess. And then I think that's honestly about it. Like I want to see your guys' notes from what you guys learned, but I think for me and Scope, like those two things, like those are the positive, those are the negatives. And boom. Wow. Showing it. Okay. Thought it crashed for a second. All right, we're not gonna watch the up spawn here, really, right? It's the same thing. We're speed looting and we're talking about what we find. And we're learning as we go from the later games, right? Game 1, we didn't talk about scopes on guns. Game 2, we're talking about it, you know, or game 3, we're talking about it. Like we're doing that. Fire. Green. So
the same kids that are down north, right?
To really talk about here. Okay. But this game, we do find grappler. Like we find one. I find one in my main building, and then like later on, I think Scope finds one, or I find another one, and we decide to run double grappler. And this is we're not doing this again. I don't know what I'm doing 100% sure. You know, I'm learning. So like the last 2 games, we didn't have grappler simply because we didn't find grappler. I think maybe we found one in one of the games, But this is the first game we have double, so I'm like, all right, let's try it. I'm okay with this destroying our game, but it ended up being the best thing to happen this game. So, yes, to answer your question, double grappler is good. Single grappler, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, still learning. I think it's bad though, and I'll tell you why. Double of anything, right? So if it's double grappler, or if it's the flow berries where you can kind of double use it off of one, means you can do the same thing together. You can both grappler. You can both, instead of one person grappler is one person's flow bearing. It's also easier. Like, that's kind of the same reason why you both wear the same skin. You both wear the same pickaxe. You both wear the same gun wrap. Like, imagine me and you are playing and we see this team, one's grappling, one's flow bearing. That's the easiest comm. Who are you going to fry? It doesn't matter. I'm not saying that you would fry like the guy flow bearing or the grappler. It's just like, you can easily pick that out, right? Red skin, blue skin. All right, yo, red skin, boom. Like, right? You see what I'm saying? That plus it also, you're moving at different speeds. So there's two things. It's easier to call somebody out by what they're doing versus if his teammate's doing a different thing. And also the skins, like, you want to be wearing like the same skin, because you can't call out like red versus blue, or, gingerbread versus schoolgirl skin. Like, even me and Scope probably should be wearing the same skin.
My fucking paper cut hurts.
Okay, so we're skipping here.
Stop. You're wasting a lot. Stop.
So we're using the grappler early.
Just try to get deep here. I don't know.
And again, I'm learning as I go. I think that like I learned a pretty good rotate here, like what I want to do in the future.
Builds. Come. Scope. Footsteps on the left. They're up there.
Yeah,
Watch out.
I mean, 25.
Oh no.
Sorry, me.
The reason why I'm kind of bitching and complaining is like, I know this is not what you want. This is not a situation you want to be in. A mid-game fight, an early mid-game fight. This really can throw your game off. Like, right when you have a perfect game so far, you've got grappler, you've got good heals. There's nothing. I've got 300 AR ammo. There's nothing that I wish that I had. Right, I'm good, and so that's why I'm kind of like a little like, okay, this isn't good.
Here, just stop. You're wasting.
I take full control here.
Stop.
Scope kind of starts doing his own thing to kind of run away a bit more. He's low. So I tell him, relax, I'm down.
Hit him 100.
It ends up working fine. These guys, for some reason, go ahead of us, right? Well, I'll show it here.
We go hard left.
These guys, for some reason, come ahead of us. I don't know why. I think it's Blake in them again, so maybe that's why. But yeah, they go ahead of us, and so we just go back, farm our mats back, and it's no big deal. All right, now we're just free surge off of that, and
To the zip line?
like you're seeing the rotate here.
Give us go. Yeah.
We're just going zone. I'll draw it real quick because like I really, there's nothing to watch there other than like we're kind of just like rotating and doing nothing, What I was gonna show you guys is like a rough drawing of the rotate, so we'll do that now. But like, yeah, I skipped ahead in that VOD because there's nothing to show. Like, you're not gonna learn. There's nothing, there's nothing there. But we did this, something along the lines of this, and then we came to the sill, right? So that's what you missed in the 2 seconds I skipped. And again, this probably isn't that great of a rotate. In the grand scheme of things, we probably in the future will get called off here, but it worked because we had the grappler. The grappler is a really, really good. If you can get double grappler every game, that's what you pick up. So I'm sure some of you guys might have had that question. Salute. All right, let's keep going. Let me switch to this. Okay. So yeah, we get a hill. I'm gonna skip a lot here. There's really not much to show. Like we literally pull a couple zones here, and like I just talked about it, but it was all things to that rotate, the grappler, free win. Hello, possible free win. But yeah, we're just getting surge here, and now zone pulls, and we have a pad here, so we go. And I talk about this in a second here, but we really should have sat in zone here for a little longer, tanked a bit. We have that extra medkit, right? Even if we didn't find that medkit, we still have 3 medkits in my inventory, so I could have just sat here and tanked, right? And then sit in the zone for 30 seconds, wait for zone to show, and then pad to zone. You see?
If not, we're gonna
Seconds.
But we're talking about that right now. We're in the sky. We end up getting a lucky zone here. I'll go back a sec.
I'm still going all the way Deadside.
This is a crazy pad. Like, it's so high on the mountain. So we really could have probably even gone back. Right? So we're kind of chilling with what we did. It was a kind of a lucky scenario, but we also got zone, which makes it even more lucky. So
Nice.
it worked. But that is a good strategy to think about for your games. Like, this is in a pro lobby. I guarantee you can do this in a non-stacked lobby. Like, I think that this is something that I learned in the moment that I think that you guys should be note taking here is like, if it's a hill zone and you guys have 6 medkits, 3 medkits, 15 bandages, I don't know, like, or floppers, whatever, like, do not be afraid to pad. Like, it's super. This is one of the most mat conserving zones right here, right? In 3 seconds. What is this? What zone is this? I don't know. This is zone 7. Zone 7. Like, it's a max pull. You're seeing how far this is. Like, this medallion team that is in the middle here. That's a rough rotate. And if you can avoid that by sitting on the pad there, like, imagine that. It's a 5 tick now, so you wouldn't want to be sitting in zone right now. But it's only a 2 tick is not that bad. And in a super laggy lobby, you can definitely take advantage of what we just did. So I'm not gonna say that's what I would do every single time, but that's now in my arsenal, right? That's in my scenario playbook. If that scenario that I think comes up again, I'm gonna do something like that again. And again, I will say this, like I've said before, I did not plan to do that. Like it just my brain works quick, and it ended up working. You know, like it wasn't something I've managed, like I practiced before and I prepared. Like I'm learning as I go, which is great because you guys are also learning as I go as well. I'm 3. You just make sure that no one else. I think that I'm saying that because I think that at the end of the season there will be things that I'm doing that I'm doing intentionally. Like by the time FNCS Grand Finals comes out, I'm intentionally rotating to this part of the map. Like I'm intentionally doing everything. I'm intentionally going to this building for surge. I'm intentionally farming at this building off spawn. I'm intentionally, like, right now I'm just learning as we go. So again, we're Deadside. We're back here. We're getting refarm. It's pretty basic. Okay. Zone goes, right? We have the most busted mobility item. So we just grappler up the hill here.
On height? Or I'm just flying. You with me? I'm grappling again?
I should not have grappled here. I should have probably just ran this because now I'm like, I grappled the low ground.
Almost low.
It's kind of fine though because it's not a moving zone. It's like half and half, so we can't actually just go into storm here. Which is kind of like what we do. We kind of just go deep, which it works.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah. So I guess a note from that would be like, you know, don't grapple to ultimate low ground. Like that's pretty clear, I think. But
below height.
Now I'm planning my plan, right? I've talked a lot about in the past, like the ABC planning. So here, the zone's already coming up, but I'm gonna give options for even when I can see the zone. All right, like that's like, okay. So option number 1, right? I'm talking about with scoped right now, like during the game, we should go under height. Like if we can do that, that's great. You know, number 2 is we could probably go above the brick team. That's, you know, on the edge of zone. Like there's, you know, just giving options is important, at least mentally in your own head. You don't have to share them with your teammate because it could get confusing. As IGL, create those, right? Create those plans before they actually happen.
Let's get full.
23.
And I don't know why I put cone here. I'm not gonna lie. I should have put stairs. I think I don't honestly, I have no idea why I put cones here. Like actually, I have no idea why I put cones there. I genuinely think that's might be my old age showing. I don't know what the fuck that was, because I was like, fuck, why'd I put cones? Like, and then I put walls. Like, I just like, I don't know what I'm doing. If it was stairs, it would have been fine. 2 stairs and a wall to block this guy off right here, it would have been fine. But it's okay. It doesn't. It's fine. That's why we have that game plan though, right? Like I caught myself off guard. I'm a little flustered. I panicked. But you have that in your head. You've shared it with your teammate. You know, right? He knows if I do something like that, if I die, Scope knows what I was intentionally trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's also a benefit to talk it over, right? You get to decide with your teammate. Like if that's a scenario where you feel like you don't know exactly, or you're trying to poke around the ideas,
you good?
Like there's major benefits to sharing those ideas with your teammate.
24. 21. 60.
Okay. Right, and then now it's just spray, berry, spray, berry.
Yeah, let's just run. I have 11 AR, okay? Watch out for height here.
Instead of grappling here, right? Because if I grappler, I'm just gonna get fried by height. That's why I'm burying here, because I'm elevated. If I was like lower, like 5 layers below, then it makes sense to grappler. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Go right below, right below, right below.
It's more, you're more accurate if you bury.
You with me? We're very elevated. Just watch out. Watch out from spring above.
Good. Fight
this guy. Ready? Come.
I have 7 AR ammo. I have no AR.
Okay, then never mind.
And you notice here, I'm still staying elevated. Like I'm not just gonna drop down 15 layers to ultimate low ground. Like being on this layer is good. As long as we're not getting sprayed by height, it's really good.
Not big.
Okay, go for it.
Like I think, like, I mean, I'll put this thought out there, but obviously this isn't Fortnite. But imagine if the person on high ground in every single game couldn't spray their gun. Like you would agree that the highest layer, you know, being the closest to height is good. And so like exactly what, like I just said, we're not getting sprayed, so it's amazing. We're in the world's best spot, you know. Pulled back. Now we use grappler.
Yeah.
I'm looking at height here. Hold
Should
on.
look for a height. Like,
But also, like, you're hearing me say right there, can we look at height here? And then Scoped even says, like, not even agreeing with what I'm saying. We kind of come up with the same thought. And I've talked about this before. Maybe it was with Sparks in a call. I think it might have actually been with Sparks, which will be a solo video coming out soon about like focusing majority on height. Like, if you're not hearing height spray, they might might have literally no ammo. Like, that is very possible. Or they might just be full drones. Like, I wish I could go and check the perspective, but if they're not spraying us at all, like, I do genuinely think they have low ammo. Like, that's very possible. And so, like, you're hearing Scoped, that's in his back of his head. Like, he's boom, that came up, a thought. And same with me. Like, the same, that's chemistry right there. That's me and Scoped have talked about this before. If they're not spraying us, if we're not getting pressured, they probably are shambles.
I just saw an ammo.
So
grapple up.
you look for the opportunity, right? Scope's like, we should grapple up. You know, I was looking for an opportunity to fry one. If we fried one right there, I genuinely would have gone up. Like that guy, I don't know how.
Cracked. Right in front of us, cracked.
No, okay, go.
50 white.
Run back.
Yeah, we can cycle. Right here.
Let's go.
On me.
Right? Scoped is leading this now, which is, that's how a fragger, that's how you can benefit your fragger the most, right? I lead the rotates. Okay, as soon as Scope sees a fight, and I am kind of on the passive side of like, should we do it or not? And ultimately, if Scoped, he kind of knows that I am like that a little bit, which is, I think that's the biggest strength of mine, and the biggest weakness is that I can be kind of passive. But Scope knows that, and I think when Scoped speaks assertively, like he just did, like, yo, on me, right here, 50, like, then I switch to a support role, and that's what I think I do best. Is that, yeah, like you're seeing right here, I'm blocking the back, or like he's telling me to jump in, and I'm blocking. Like, this is huge right here. This me blocking the back is a potential game changer. You know, we could have, if I didn't block the back, we could have gotten killed from behind. You never know. His teammate could have came from behind and killed us. So it's like, if you're the IGL role, or if you're a fragger listening and you let your IGL lead a couple of kills, like I do that all the time. We're like, yo, Scope, stay on me. I got a pre-edit right here. Boom. Like, I'm expecting Scope to be the support player. Same thing. If Scope leads a fight, he's expecting me to be the support player. And that's what I do. I take over that role. So being really fluent in those roles, like support, IGL, and fragger, I think that is the number one like way to be successful in Fortnite. I think that to water down an example of it would be like, look at Peterbot and Byla, right? They won an FNCS together. Peterbot before that is a known fragger. Like, he is and then he IGL'd Byla, right? Like, but Peterbot is fluent in both roles. Peterbot, I think he still IGLs and frags. And like, that is why ultimately that is my demise. That's why I'm not the world's best player right now. And that is I'm aware of that. I'm conscious of that. And I'm trying to make you guys conscious of it, right? If we can all become fraggers and IGLs and be fluent in these roles, like fragger, IGL support, what just happened right there, right? We will literally, like, there's nothing stopping you from winning, genuinely. Like, if Peterbot is already a great fragger. I don't think he's a great IGL, like in the sense that he's number one in the world. But if you're like, you would all agree, if Peterbot gets a little smarter, or, you know what I'm saying, is a little bit more fluent in that role, that's scary. That's extremely scary. And I think that we're seeing that in Cooper, who we all know just won the basically the World Cup of last year. If Cooper gets even smarter, which he's already super smart, like, that is scary. Kanata, he's gotten super smart. I think a year ago, Kanata was not that smart, or maybe a year and a half ago, he was not that smart. But like, he's put in the work, and now he's that fragger and IGL role, and now he's ultimately is the IGL of his team. So yeah, I think that is the in-game role is fragger and IGL combined.
It's my last big. 5 bandages.
Scope would be better if he was a better IGL. You know what I'm saying? And he's good. That's why I think we work so well. I think that he's working on being smarter. I'm working on being more mechanical and being a better fighter.
I'm trying to find a fucking secondary.
Get ahead. We can smack on this wall. These are all our walls. They're gonna run back on it.
Let's go. Come here.
Breaking through.
Goes up. Goes up. Or wait, well, maybe not. Come with me. I'm still really good fucking mats, like cat mats. So you'll hear me say that, like, this is very basic, right? But I'm not saying it. I'm saying it because I'm in my mind, it clicks to say it in a casual, like, when you're in a calm environment, like, right? If I'm full tarping and we're getting fought, I'm not going to be calming my mats out. There's times when you want to say it, right? So when you realize those times are, you
take advantage of him. So I'm telling him, Scuffed, while we're chilled, no one's on us, you know, we're just tarping, we're kind of breaking through builds. It's very relaxing. That, I don't know if relaxing would be the word, but yeah, I'm gonna calm those things, right? Like, or ammo. Like, you know, I think that we've all experienced that. Like, let's say you're on height and you're spraying somebody, or like let's say you're on low, I guess let's say you're ulti low ground and you're fighting a lot and you're doing a lot and your teammate's like, I need a mini, or like, you know, or like just, I don't know, there's certain comms that need to be, there's a time when you should calm things, right? If you're a 50 below surge and you're about to die to surge and it's a big, you know, big moment in the game, the last calm that needs to happen is, yo, I'm 300 brick, what about you? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, like I find a moment where it's relaxing, calm, and I can take advantage of it and telescope my mats, and he can also process that in a relaxed, calm, you know, way, right? Rather than we're full tarping, we're getting fought, and we're getting pinched, and now, you know, here's my mats, here's my ammo. Like, this is the time now for Scope to say, I need AR ammo, or I need minis, or I need this, or I need that, right? So that's a big thing. That's a really big thing. I hope you guys take note of that as well.
Going down here?
So,
Going down here?
Yeah,
now we're good, right? Now it might pick up
walking back.
a bit more chaos. It might be,
Okay, worry about what's ahead of us if we can now.
you know, you see my voice is getting a little faster. I'm
Because we need
not panicked, but I'm preparing Scope for what's about to
top
come.
through and shit. We can't be
Same,
getting
Jack
suffocated.
Daniel, yeah.
Okay. Ghost, come front low.
Again you, come on you.
Yeah, come,
Body?
come.
I think yeah, here. So
You-
I'll
here,
stop
take it.
skipping. I should probably not skip.
Fair, come.
Yeah, man you.
Oh no, you went over one.
We're looking for a kill here, and I'm letting Scopes follow me. Like, I'm not saying that I'm gonna be the one PC and fraggy, but or getting PC and becoming super, being super frag minded. But yeah, I'm being vocal that I'm making Scopes follow me, and that's fine. Like, I think that there's a trust between us both. I think that there's also a level of trust in him and me. Like, if I had worse mechanics, I don't think he would trust me, and I wouldn't trust myself. I trust myself here that, like, all right, I'm taking over the fragger role right now. I can do this. Like, I can find this kill. I can get it. And I think that maybe a year ago that would not have been the way that I, you know, but I've put a lot of time into my mechanics and my fighting and my fighting IQ. And so Scope trusts that, I trust that, and so this is why this works, right? Instead of being so one-dimensional that like I just mentioned, Peterbot and Cooper scenario of them, they are not one-dimensional. Cooper and Peterbot were one-dimensional. They were just that fragger role, but now they're both. And so you're seeing that confidence grow in me.
Yeah,
Body? Still body?
Yeah.
We're done?
One for it.
Alright, I'm
Matt,
sitting
Of
here.
course, that's not like being a
Sitting here,
fragger
yeah.
right there. I'm getting masses not being, you know, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm now looking for the fight.
Ghost, come front low.
Again you, come on you. On you.
And yeah, you're about to see here. We get,
On our right right now. Oh no.
this is a team that gets
Back up,
ultimate
back
low
up,
ground
back
here,
up.
and it's just
back
rough. We should have stayed on this layer here. We talked about this after the game, but like,
Alright, I'm
Matt.
sitting here.
these layers and the terrain of this game, because it's so new, I don't know that I'm about to go into a hill. You know, like that first game we watched when I just was on height and then I'm on ulti low in 2 seconds. Like, I did not know that was gonna happen, and I don't think that you guys know either. So try to play it safer. Like, low ground is kind of sketch.
I'm sitting right here.
Okay. I got
Like, realistically, I should have just been on this layer right here, or
That's all.
one down.
Zone. Ghost,
Actually, no,
come.
this layer right here.
Front
Again
low.
you.
You know, I'm just trying to force, which is good,
On you.
but like, it just gets hairy. Honestly, what I should have done, as soon as I realized that it's tight, as soon as the layer gets tight, you know what I'm saying? This is a very tight layer. I should get up one. There's low ground where you're just on the same flat layer, right? That we've all experienced that, where you have an entire box. You can edit every single tile in the box, but this is a tight layer. So as soon as I've done that, as I realized that, I should have gone on upon. And I have. I'm actually gonna write that myself because that's important. Yeah, let me write this in my notes. Game 3. Like, I genuinely feel like this is worth stopping the gameplay to write. As soon as you realize the layer is getting tight. Okay, like, I'm gonna take a picture of this. Boom. I think out of this entire VOD review, I learned a lot. Like, I'm reestablishing my thought process. Let's see, wait. There we go. That upload. Okay. Like, you guys are watching me VOD review, take notes on my games, but I would say that, like, like it's important that I've taken the positive as the negative notes, but now you're actually, I think this is one of the scenarios maybe out of this entire VOD review where you're seeing me just genuinely learn right there, which I'm going to show you guys the Discord. You guys can't see it right now, but give me a second. Let me finish this game. We got a minute left.
On our right right now. Oh, no.
So yeah, as soon as there gets tight, go up.
Back us up, back us up. Back us up. 6 bells, I got you.
Right, and then direct your teammate, you know, go back, go up.
Go up, go up.
I see there's a struggle there. Like it was a panic call to go back. Like Scope's
Break up,
realizing
break
that,
up,
I'm
break up,
realizing that.
break up.
And now we're just super panicked. Like it's bad. I really should have just, I don't even know. I should have just, I wish I had a better panic decision here, you know? Like I just broke up really quick and got pumped, and then
Oh, fuck. Matt's
Scope's weak, and then plays heal off and he dies. Like I had nothing really to learn there at the very end, but like if we had a bit of a better panic decision, which is like easier said than done, it's really not, you can't just be like, think better when you're panicked. Like it's hard. So, but that's why you don't get panicked, right? Like I don't get panicked when I'm getting sprayed. I know what to do. Like I make a snail, right? Like this is how now I've learned to learn. This is like genuinely, this is something that I learned from this. Like a major thing I learned. As soon as you realize that layer's getting tight, go up one. And I'm putting this in here because I know this is something that I do. Like I'll pull up Loot Lake here. Like if I'm tarping into the zone here, okay, we'll just draw this as like a tarp going up the hill. Okay, tarping. Here's my stairs. Okay, scuffed stairs. We'll just do 3 ladders. Okay, boom. Okay, I'm tarping. I'm going up this or making a tarp into the hill. As soon as I hit this hill, I always go up one. And like I think if Spark is in here, like he'll contest or attest to it. But I always go up one because you don't want to be pushed against the hill and then have to climb up. But I am realizing now that like whenever I'm on that squished low ground there, I'm not like instantly thinking about going up, you know? So that's something that I learned a lot. Like right there, that's huge. That's gonna change a lot of low round plays from me. Because at the end of the day, even if you go up a layer, let's say like, let me open like a notepad here, or let me open a paint.net. You guys see my screen, right? Okay. Even if like, let's just say the layer, the zone, let's do green. Let's say like low ground, let's say low ground goes like this, right? And you get kind of squished on this layer here. And like you're this person, okay? And you're getting squished in the layer and there's builds above you. Let's do brown builds or whatever the fuck this color is. And you're squished, right? Just like this scenario. Even if it goes up and over this hill, right? Like, and the hill goes down, right? Even if the hill goes down, it doesn't matter because this is the safe option, right? Fortnite is all about that safe option. It's not about the risk of like, yeah, but I could sneak through here and then, you know, if I just wait a little longer. But that's second, right? That was my mindset just then. If I wait a little longer, then surely, you know, if I just get through, I'm good. And I thought that would have been the case. And then there was a team right here, right? That just shot us in the side. Boom. We couldn't get through and we died. So it's a safe option, right? This means I get to live for another 5 minutes or whatever, 10 seconds, minute, or I find a refresh. Like that is the safe option, right? That is Fortnite. It's all about the safest option. So I should have gone up one layer here into my box. Boom, tarped across. Let that team be low ground. Even if they go down, like, yeah, it sucks. But now at least it gives me a fighting chance to box fight them and 1v1 from the top down. You know what I'm saying? But this is I'm dead. Like this is dead. But yeah, I think that shows a good visual example. But that's it from this game. Like there's not much more. As you guys can see, this is like I showed you when I did the VOD review in the last Discord. Like this is the old chapter 4 Discord. I'm putting pictures for Scope. Like I want him to look at this and be like, yes, I understand that. I will also like, so if you guys, obviously this recording will go on YouTube. So like if you haven't been taking screenshots already, that's not a big deal, but take screenshots of your own gameplays, of your own VOD reviews. Okay, cool. Let's get some questions. Game 3, first time doing this. Speed loot, talk about looting what we have. Double grappler, good. Single bad, yep. Try to get double grappler. Refarm, don't grappler, yep. Get under height, yep. Play under height is good. Stay with teammate, let your fragger, yep. Switching roles is super important. Stay elevated, yep. When calm, yes, exactly. Look for a kill when needed. Refollow your teammates, stay with your teammates, yep. Dude, these are really good notes when you're like Rio. I would expect you to take these notes like this. Like I've taken a lot of notes like this. This is fine. Like rough notes is good. take notes like this, and then when you get in a call with your teammate tomorrow, you're going to explain each one. All right, so like, yeah, speed loading basically means this. And, you know, when we go under height, this is why Ceice did it. And this is why we're going to do it. Like, you know, you're explaining it versus like these notes are like timeless notes. You know what I'm saying? I just mentioned that last game, but learning from your previous games within a tournament. Yep. Doing everything in pairs and duos, same rotation, same skin. Yep. Be homogeneous. But this guy's putting it in Chat GPT. Go back to look at rotates and VOD, assess whether it worked. Yeah, that's very smart. That's why, like that's why I'll probably take this rotate and use it for a bit. And then when it doesn't work, right? Like I've talked about this a lot, is like you can make a rotate plan. Like, okay, rotate to reckless rowaways. This worked, okay. And then let's say I did this one game and it didn't work. So now I go like this now, and then you know I go like that. All right, that didn't work. So now I'll go here, and then I'll go more right. And then down, you see, and then you just slowly but surely, you know, boom, 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 boom. You see, like you slowly start, and then by the end of the season, by your last cash cup, by your last finals, by the last whatever, this is your rotate, and it's absolutely perfect to get inside of reckless roways and get the AI. That's how you make a rotate map. For those that are curious, that's how you make a surge map. That's like, it just takes a little bit of games. You have to practice to play. Like, I can't just give you a rotate map. I can't create one myself. It's impossible. I'm a pro and I've been doing this for 6 years, and I can't even mark a, you know, I can't sit here and look at this and be like, okay, how would I rotate this? It's impossible. You have to be in the scenario. Plus, on top of that, pro teams always switch POIs. So like, for example, if I was landing here, okay, let me just fucking draw a box. If I was landing here on this box, and Clicks was landing here one game, and then let's say Clicks left, and now Rise and Yamzo land here, and then Rise and them left, and I don't know, Vino and Queasy landed here. Like, it's people play different every time. So maybe Clicks, his first rotate would have been here, and you know, Vino's would have been here, and Peterbots would have been here. Like, everyone plays different. So like, you're by the end of the season, right? Let's say I've played against all three of these guys. Now, you know, I know my rotate is something like this, you know, goes around them. You know what I'm saying? That is like, I know you guys don't all have pro scrim practice, but you're going to play games at your spot. You're going to play opens and scrims and finals and all these, like, you're going to, at the end of the season, boom, you have this. And that's why staying at the same spot is so important, because you can land at Rebel Roost this entire chapter, this entire season, the entirety of next season, the entirety of the next season. And this is the same reason why having notes in a Discord is super fucking important. I know I'm rambling, but I'm so happy that I even came on this talk, because this is super fucking helpful to know. Like, sticking at your same spot, like for me last chapter, Bastion. Like, I knew Bastion like the back of my hand. The entire ice biome, like I could sleep and think about the spot, you know? And that's why, same with my same teammate. I worked with Tragics all last year. I played with him all last year. We played all 3 FNCSs and the last chance. We played every event last year. And I didn't have to update Tragics once. Like, I didn't have to, like, you know, let him know this is how we rotate here, and this is how we do this. Like, obviously I didn't switch teammates, but I did switch teammates after that. And Bastion was still in the game. Like, I played with even switching teammates in a positive way. Like, I played with Blake first, all of the zero build qualifiers last year, all the DreamHacks and then Gamers 8. And so Blake had no idea how to play Bastion. He had no idea how to do this and do that, you know, master it. So I literally invited Blake to this Discord, and I had him read everything. He went through and he saw the AI spawns and the flag radius. Like, Blake studied this. And this is why, like, let's say you land Rebel Roost, you make a section in your Discord for Rebel Roost, and you put in all the strategies you learned in this chapter. And then let's say next chapter, you and your teammate split, you have the Discord. Now you have all the notes to show to your next teammate, and he's instantly caught up. He's instantly on page with how to play Rebel Roost, or, you know, he's like 90% there. And that's why it's so valuable for me not to share these strats with you guys, like in my own personal Discord, or it's valuable to not like make a Discord like this and share it with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why everyone in this call has a private Discord. That's what we want. Like, you get what I mean? Like, so, yeah. Take notes around your POI, and slowly but surely you'll get there. And then also there's the benefit of sharing with your teammate or multiple teammates over the year. And like I said, that's another benefit to landing at the same spot, is like, as long as it's working, there's no reason to leave. That's why you don't see like Clicks and them leaving Lavish Lair if they win FNCS. They don't just leave, because there's like I think a good example would be the Queasy Vino. Like they landed Kinjitsu and they won an FNCS. And yeah, it wasn't the mythic POI for the next season. You know, it wasn't like the world's best spot. It was great that season with the swords. But they still stayed there because they had all of the strategies. They had it claimed. No one else is going to contest them in the finals. This and that. Like, same thing with why you don't switch spots, why you don't switch teammates. There's benefits to it, major benefits to it. So we'll go back to this here. I want to read these notes. One, stack look for heals. Don't be afraid to pad. Yep. No, exactly. That would have been super helpful if we just waited a little bit, because you never know how that zone pulled. Yep. Overusing grappler, super important. ABC planning, create options. Yes. Pass rotating, risk assessing. Yes. Like this is all part of ABC planning. Flow fizz, much more effective than flow berries. Yeah, I agree. It is. But they're both good to have. Like it's good to have a grappler and the flow fizz or the flow berries. Like it's good. Yeah, be vocal like with what you're seeing. Both teammates understand the roles. Yeah, it's best like you're seeing Peterbot and Poyo are really good right now, or even Cooper and Marrow are really good because Cooper can IGL, Marrow can IGL, Cooper can frag, Marrow can frag. It's like that is nuts. Like that is crazy. Yeah, realize when a player is placing into the yep, exactly. Like when you're going into terrain, just like the picture I drew, boom, instantly drop mats. If you guys want to take a screenshot of this, I'll let you. There you go. That way you guys can show this to your teammate tomorrow and be like, yo, this is what I learned, and here's a visual, so you don't have to try to redraw it. Instantly drop mats, ammo when you heal, a teammate is fighting. Yep. That's very important. I didn't even mention that, but that's huge. Like instantly drop your mats. Like as soon as you die, you drop mats and you crawl out of the way. Do not block the wall. Do not sit and wait. Do not body block him. He cannot. You all know this. Like if you get knocked or your teammate gets knocked and you're the last one alive, it's so hard to pick up items if he's on top of them, or it's so hard to like edit your wall if he's on top of them. I don't want to read through all of these, but like I think if I read through a couple of them, you guys are getting the hang of things. Like this is good. The fact that like, dude, a week from now, a month from now, we have 200 people in here and you guys are all taking notes just like this, or like, not doesn't have to be exactly one for one, but like bullet points with little side bullet points, like whatever the fuck they're called. This is perfect. Like this is when I was talking to you, I don't know if for those that have been in here the entire time, maybe all of you guys have been in here for this entire, like, what was it, like 2 hours now? But when I was telling you guys, like your brain, like you've been brainwashed or you've been doing things the wrong way, like this is not saying you guys haven't been doing this, but this is the right way. I'm trying to train you guys, retrain you guys to do it the right way. Like the Discord, creating these type of notes, the screenshots, like this is the right way to improve. And this is why I'm not bullshitting you. This is why you're improving right now. This is why you're going to improve tomorrow. This is why you're going to improve like a month from now. This is why this is going to be your best season. And I don't regret not doing this earlier, but I'm happy that I'm doing this now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes a level of courage to actually do this, and like passion. Like there's nobody else that's passionate about doing this. No one else wants to help you guys. Like, not saying you guys are fucking write-offs and the worst people, and like, you know, but you get what I'm saying. Like no one else is doing this. So no one else is passionate about it. I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. I'm super passionate about educating and helping you guys. And like, this is making my legs shake and me smile and like making me happy at the end of the day. Like I'm happy to help you guys. So I'm working hard to make this a good and positive thing for the community. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.